Hey folks, today we're going to be talking about fat loss. So I think the reason that a lot of people struggle with this is that they have kind of a negative mindset towards it. There's a lot of fear and hysteria about how do I lose weight right now? I want the numbers on the scale to change. I'm going to track it. I need whatever pill, whatever workout technique, whatever diet it is. I'm just going to go for it all out and just blast my way to better numbers on the scale. And I think a more sustainable and ultimately more effective technique is not worrying at all, but especially not worrying about the numbers and how to lose, but instead focus on trying to build a healthy body. And if you can do that, if you can cultivate a nutritionally sound, energetic, happy, well-rested, just overall well-functioning body, the fat's going to come off on its own. So what that looks like is, I can tell you what it's not. And it's not a diet that's rich in processed foods, excessive sugars and carbohydrates, so things like soda, Pop-Tarts, snacks, processed meats, pretty much anything that comes in a package or comes out of a vending machine or a fast food restaurant is really just designed to give you a quick blast of sensory input. You want something to taste great, fill you up, take away the horrible sensation of hunger that you might be dealing with, so you can go about your day. And unfortunately, those types of foods aren't really the types of foods that are going to build a healthy body. And when you're giving your body only what some people refer to as empty calories, empty meaning they're pretty much completely devoid of nutritional benefit, yet you're still getting quite a caloric effect from them. So your body's got to break these things down. Sometimes harmful, toxic, weird combinations of ingredients that don't really occur in nature. And so when you're giving your body that and you're not giving it what it does need, which is trace minerals and nutrients from vegetables, healthy fats to maintain proper hormone levels in a nervous system, so really nice lean proteins, whether from wild animal sources or organic vegetables and plants. It takes all these toxins and it stores them in your body fat because it doesn't know what to do with them. And so you have your body that's trying to do the best it can, but it can't flush out all these toxins because some people are dealing with them every meal of every day. And so what does it do is it does its best to build up as much body fat as possible to store the toxins somewhere so they don't kill your cells. So a lot of what happens when you see obesity is it's not just that they're eating the wrong foods, but the synthetics in the foods are actually causing your body to shift its hormone levels to increase its amount of stored body fat just to protect you from what's in the food that you're eating. So like I said, really focusing on building a healthy body and getting plenty of exercise, whatever works for you, whatever is fun. Don't go 1000% with a diet that makes you feel like you're dying every day. A lot of people do this. They try to jump on whatever it is, Atkins, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, even things like intermittent fasting or ketosis or various things. If you're not fully aligned with something, don't do it. Don't jump on a diet. Don't label it, because the second you label it, you're putting yourself on some type of restrictive system. And if you're not used to it and you're not having fun with it, it's not going to be sustainable. You might lose a few pounds at first, but your energy levels might drop, and eventually, depending on your level of self-control, you might snap one day. You might be driving by a Dunkin' Donuts and be like, you know what? I've had enough of this keto thing. I'm going to get a dozen donuts, and maybe I'll eat half of them now, maybe I'll eat half of them later. And then once you do that, it's easier to do something like that the next time and the next day and the next day, and eventually before you know it, all the benefits you got from whatever diet system you were trying out are gone. So really what you need to do is get excited. Think about what delicious meals can I make with not only delicious but nutritious ingredients. I mean, I never have a meal that I don't love, and I almost never go out to restaurants anymore, because why would I, when for the same price or less I can make a beautiful salad and whatever dinner I want with ingredients where I know where they came from. I've met the farmer who I get a lot of my pastured meats and stuff from for my meals. So I know where it's coming from. I know what it's fed. I know where it grows. I share soil with some of the food that I get to eat because it's grown so close to my house, which is a really, really neat connection to your food that your body seems to really respond well to. And it sounds silly, and perhaps I've gone too far in talking about the benefits of local, organic, pasture-raised foods. But for those of you just looking for quick ways to lose some pounds, I'm going to do another video. I'm going to call it part 2. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for those of you really looking to accelerate your fat loss. But what I want to do with this video is just remind you guys that it doesn't have to suck. It actually can be really fun. When you start getting excited about the meals you can eat, the part of your brain that focuses on I want to have this and I want to have this, it's satisfied because everything you're putting in your body is delicious and it makes you feel good. It doesn't give you cravings anymore. It balances out your hormone levels and your gut bacteria so you don't have those weird, strange cravings for pizza or soda or whatever it may be. And those things are really, really going to hurt you with your goals. So instead, like let's say you like a sweet drink every day, you can still have that. Instead of the corn syrup, 2-liter bottles of Mountain Dew, you can get, there's a company called Zevia and many others that are making completely sugar-free sodas. And you got to be careful with sugar-free because, obviously Diet Coke is very different than something sweetened with stevia leaf or erythritol. These artificial sweeteners can have very different effects on the body. So the ones that I consider safe, and again, as always, do your own research on this, but stevia leaf, xylitol, and erythritol. They're all completely sugar-free. They have negligible, if any, effects on blood sugar levels at all. So you don't, if you're trying to do a fast or you're trying to do a keto thing, or maybe you're already pre-diabetic and you struggle with, insulin levels and insulin resistance and sugar problems and all that stuff. These things are considerably more safe than the artificial synthetic sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose that you'd find in common diet foods. I mean, I see protein bars and diet drinks and all this stuff that are like, 0 calories, but you look at what's in them and they're poison. They're completely toxic. Same thing with the whole gluten-free trend. Just because it doesn't have gluten in it doesn't mean that it's a miraculous superfood. You really got to do your research, know your ingredients, and just start off one step at a time. Maybe that starts with, okay, I'm gonna stop eating fast food this week. That's it. One thing. Try that out. See how you feel. Next week, add another thing in. Stop drinking soda, or instead of going to Dunkin' Donuts and getting a Frappuccino every morning or wherever you get your Frappuccino, cappuccino, latte, mocha explosion, get some nice organic beans. Blend in some coconut oil or some grass-fed butter. Put in some stevia if you want, some cinnamon. Make a delicious little morning thing and make it your experiment. Own it. Make it yours. Have fun doing it. Because if you don't do that, it's not, like I said, you're not going to be able to sustain any of the benefits that you're going to be getting from it, and it's all going to be for nothing. So again, I'm going to make a second video about the actual techniques of losing fat and trying to create a more optimal body overall. If you have any specific questions, please post them. Let me know. Subscribe. If you have any techniques you want to add to this video or the other ad, please feel free to post them so we can all share it. We're all here to help each other. So I'm just trying to help you guys out with what's worked for me. So thanks a lot and have a good day.